So, financial statement item. The group GL accounts in group reporting called as financial statement items. Now, today I am going to cover how to design your group chart of accounts or financial statement items, or how to replace your financial statement items. So first, the main objective is, if you are implementing a project, in that project I am assuming that there are no group chart of accounts. You are implementing group reporting, so you have to give a solution for group chart of accounts or consolidation chart of accounts, and you have to design their group accounts or financial statement items. So you are responsible to design their financial statement items, their group chart of accounts. That is the main objective of this demo. Whatever we are going to discuss regarding these financial statement items, that is applicable for S/4HANA group reporting cloud version and on-premise version. So whatever we have been learning since 1 week, whatever we were discussing, all these are applicable for group reporting cloud or group reporting on-premise. Even these financial statement items, whatever we are going to discuss designing, that is also applicable for cloud or on-premise. To understand this particular functionality, the consultant should have good finance knowledge and at least one legal consolidation project implementation experience expected. So when you are giving solution for financial statement items, you should have very good understanding of chart of accounts, GL accounts, financial statements, financial reports, and at least one legal consolidation project experience. Then you can definitely give a good solution. So the target audience, any solution architect of S/4HANA, FICO consultants, group reporting consultants, real-time consolidation or BPC consolidation experience consultants can understand this concept, whatever I am saying. So two scenarios, business scenario 1, business scenario 2. When you install S/4HANA content, so there is a document, based on the document you can install S/4HANA content, group reporting content basically. The group reporting content will install one standard chart of accounts, Y1 chart of accounts, which is a group chart of accounts, consolidation chart of accounts. With that you get financial statement items, SAP delivered financial statement items. Also you get some configurations, right? Mappings, operational chart of accounts, mapping with financial statement items, some reclassification methods, some currency translation methods, some consolidation of investment methods. So many things you are going to get based on the standard content. Now let's understand consolidation chart of accounts and relevant FS items mapping. First scenario, scenario 1. A customer would like to use their own consolidation chart of accounts, meaning they want to use different FS items than the pre-delivered content and a different consolidation chart of account beside Y1 which is pre-delivered. What does it mean? SAP delivered Y1 consolidation chart of accounts, customer don't want to use that one. When they don't want to use Y1 chart of accounts, that means they want to create their own FS items, financial statement items, group chart of accounts. They don't want to use any pre-delivered content of financial statement items. If that is the case, what are the points you have to check? You have to create a new chart of accounts. You have to create new breakdown categories. We are not going to discuss all these items one by one because it covers entire group reporting configuration. So today's objective is how to design those financial statement items. These things in the next sessions we are going to discuss all these things. So we have to create new chart of accounts, new breakdown categories, new FS item master data, new FS item hierarchies, selections, mapping, and automated posting relevant FS items. So these are all validation, new validation rules or You can check existing validation rules. You have to change those accounts, currency translation methods, reclassification entries. So when you want to go with new financial statement items, whatever pre-delivered content you cannot use, everything you have to configure. So there is no use of pre-delivered content when you decide you want to go with your own financial statement items. So for example, this is my SPRO, yeah, in 1909. Here you see master data. Define consolidation chart of accounts. You can go here, you can check your delivered content, financial assets items. So I cannot use all these financial statement items. When I am not able to use this one, that means depend on top of these financial statement items, there are many settings here which are created. For example, breakdown categories. Right? When you see these breakdown categories basically tells, based on your FS item, it tells what are the maximum number of transaction type allowed for a particular account, what are the maximum trading partners allowed for this, or what are the trading partners allowed for this particular FS item. That is based on breakdown category. So I cannot use. There are some things here, selections, for example, define selections here. Whatever selections delivered by SAP, there are many selections delivered by SAP. Those selections I cannot use because these selections are based on FS items. Right. Now, in this course, we are going to discuss how to create financial statement items. So that is the way you can import from an Excel sheet, or you can create manually. So here, these are the selections delivered by SAP. I cannot use those selections. Now what you have to do, you have to go to define FS items here. First you have to create your chart of accounts. Here, define chart of accounts, create consolidation chart of accounts. Instead of Y1, you have to create your own chart of accounts, and you have to define your financial statement item. So just click here, create, and it opens one screen. There you can give FS item name, number, description, and some attribute values. Now, if it is difficult, to create one by one, definitely it will be difficult to create one by one. So what they have given an option. You can import financial statements master data. So here you can create. So another option, if you want to maintain in an Excel sheet, so they have given one option, import consolidation master data. Here you can import the financial statement items. So you can download the template here based on the master data, or without master data you can download, and you can load that master data. I will explain how to load the master data in the next sessions. So I don't suggest this first solution. What I mean, here the scenario 1, if you follow this scenario 1, everything you have to create new. There are so many dependencies. For example, if you see here, SAP already delivered some methods. Here, see, they have delivered some currency translation methods. If you go here, define currency translation methods. Those methods you cannot use because they have used some financial statement items. For example, if you go here, standard translation, method entries. So when they are taking balance sheet financial statement items, so they have different selections. They have some selections here. So you cannot use these translation methods which are delivered by SAP. This is delivered by SAP. I have not created Y0901. Same thing applicable for other items like consolidation of investments. For this also same thing is applicable. Reclassification also applicable. So you have to create everything new. That is the business scenario 1. Second scenario. A customer would like to use their own consolidation chart of accounts, FS items and consolidation chart of accounts. They want to use their own things. However, they want to maximize the utilization of standard delivered content by SAP. See, this is the common requirement in any project, right? So they want their own consolidation chart of accounts. They want their FS items. However, whatever delivered by SAP, that they want to use maximum, maximum configurations they want to use from SAP, whatever they delivered. This is the ideal scenario. For this, what you have to do, you have to understand how to adopt the solution. SAP delivered some pre-configured things like reclassification methods, consolidation of investment methods, currency translation methods, mainly these 3. So you should understand how to adopt those things. Once you understand how to adapt those things, then if those financial statement items are new, even then you can handle. So how to handle this scenario? So I specifically, my experience says business scenario 2 is good. So what happens? Every financial statement item comes with some attribute. So also SAP came up with a solution called FS item role. For example, when you check your financial statement items here, delivered content, I am talking about delivered content. So these are the financial items, 230 items, 232 items are delivered from SAP. Now what you have to do, this is the cash account. Cash account is an asset account. And the currency translation of cash account is based on this particular attribute value. This is currency translation attribute, we call it as S dash, CT dash, BS dash, closure. Some name they have given. So the currency translation of cash account based on this particular attribute. Same way, the consolidation of investments or intercompany eliminations uses some other elements, these elimination properties, right? Those will use these elimination properties. So my suggestion here is, customer don't want to use this FS item, but this name they don't want to use. However, the descriptions you can use same thing. The attributes you can use the same values. Remember, don't change the attribute value. You can replace this financial statement item. For example, you download this master data, whatever master data is there.
You were saying something about role, Kiran.
Yeah, we'll discuss that detailedly when we were discussing reclassification methods.
Okay.
So financial statement item master data. So Y1. So I'm just downloading this. So our main objective is maximum utilization of standard delivered content. If that is the case, what you do, download this Excel file, whatever is delivered by SAP. Insert another column here. Insert another column. So this is my cash account. every project will have cash account. Yeah. So for this, my customer, he want to use one account, let's say that is 121,000, or my customer account numbers are 10 digits, so this is the number they want to use. This is cash account from my customer and it's an asset account. Remaining breakdown categories, everything will be same. Yeah. Now when you want to create another account for all, like let's say if you want to create a asset receivables account. So receivables account, from the standard content already there, 121,800. So my customer account number is 21344 for some zeros. So for example, there will be a situation where 101. For example, I have here only one cash on hand and one other receivables account. If customer is having two receivables account, one is domestic receivables, another one is foreign receivables from other countries, whatever receivables are there. Then what you have to do, you copy the existing account, you copy the existing receivable account, see whether that may be domestic receivable or export relevant receivables. The behavior is same, both are asset accounts. Both might have intercompany transactions. So always the best practice, my experience says, copy the line, insert a new line, insert the copy cells. Now you change to the new number. That account number is 213550. Understand here, my customer might have only same accounts. So for cash account you can replace with the customer number. Sometimes it is there is a possibility that they might have some more accounts, like let's say account receivables, it's a current asset. So relevant current asset you copy and you create a new line. If you are creating a fixed asset, so SAP given one fixed asset account, you want another fixed asset account. So copy the fixed asset and create a new fixed asset line and change that one. Right. So when you are creating a new P&L account, when you want to add a new P&L account, copy the existing P&L account. Let's say you want one more sales account. Copy the existing sales account with row you have to copy, not like just insert a blank row and add something, because you need to get these attribute values. Attribute values are important in order to adopt the delivered content. Tomorrow, when you give a solution for cash flow, those are based on attributes. Tomorrow, when you want to create some validations, that is based on the attribute value. Tomorrow, when you want to configure inter-unit eliminations, that is also based on the attribute value. Tomorrow, if you want to use some FS item roles which are delivered by SAP for consolidation of investments, that is also based on attribute value. So attribute value is very important. So don't replace or change the attribute values. If necessary, then you will understand. After this course, you will understand what is necessary, what is not necessary. If necessary, you can create and you can add it. Accordingly, you can change those settings. So the point here you have to say, if you want to add or if you want to remove, you can remove. Yeah, suppose I don't want this account, I just remove this. I don't have cash and the equivalent, I just remove this. If you want to insert the same type of account, copy the same type of account and insert. Yeah, that's where your experience adds. Once this file is ready, validate this file with the only the business user can give the inputs for this. Validate this file and load this file using this particular import financial statement option. Here you can upload the file using this particular financial statement item. I'm going to show how to import those data. Yeah, questions?
Yes, when you load the file, you are updating the white one or you are creating a new one?
Valid question. So what I will do, I will take this. You have to move or copy. So whatever I have these values, yeah, I will copy and I will paste to the A1, A column, and I will upload. Now the question comes whether you are going to use Y1 or any other chart of account. It's okay. See, when I'm downloading, when I'm loading, I have an option of loading to separate consolidation chart of accounts. So this one is based on Y1, correct? I can load it for some other chart of accounts possible. I can create my own consolidation chart of account, whatever I adapted, that I can load it. So C1, C2, C3, C4, that is the permitted ledgers for the consolidation ledgers for group reporting. So against that I can load this master data, not a problem.
Yes, yes, we can also finally this question is then, do you recommend that we upload replacing Y1, or you recommend to create a brand new one and load it and keep Y1 always intact?
So if you always use Y1, so that is when some things are not relevant with the customer. What I mean, Y1 is a chart of account, right? I mean, that is the decision with your naming convention with the consultant. So you can go with Y1. Maximum you try to utilize the standard content. So go with Y1 only. That's the best thing. If it is not suitable for you, then you go for C1. Yeah.
Right. So I guess let me think it stupidly. So what I would do would be I copy Y1 and save it as backup. In this file, I will replace Y1. So something happened, I have the backup. Not like that,
You
right?
have the backup, and this one, yeah, always this file will be there with you as a backup because the Excel file will be there. And backup in the sense not required actually. So now let's say in FI you are creating a chart of account. Are you going to take any backup? No, right? So same way here also. I'm defining one consolidation chart of accounts, right? So if I want to use Y1, I can use. No need to worry. That's not a big. You will not going to face any issues for this, right? So,
excuse me, Kiran.
yeah.
Kiran, you mean to say that if we have to go for customize, then we have to create A1, but according to that, we need to configuration that breakdown and everything we have to configure as a customer. Y1 is a standard which SAP has delivered in FI module. We go for 99% for...
No, not for FI module. It's delivered. Okay. It's delivered for group reporting. Okay. It's a consolidation chart of accounts. In FI, you will have operational chart of accounts. Yeah. Right. So the next thing. Yeah. So next thing, once you update this one, yeah, you load this master data, right? You have an app to import the FS item. So you just click on upload, select the file, and it will be loaded. Once the master data is uploaded, now you loaded the financial statement items. Based on that, you can create some hierarchies and you can get your IFRS financial statements or US GAAP financial statements or UK GAAP financial statements, whatever the GAAP. You can create different hierarchies on top of these financial statement items and you can get your consolidated financial statements. Now, what about the mapping? What I mean by mapping? Once scenario 2, I want to go with scenario 2. So it's like I want to utilize SAP delivered content. Yeah. So now these are my financial statement items. These are my financial statement items. Financial statement item here. Financial item description. Whatever we uploaded now, those are this. You all know in FI, I have different companies. Every company can have their own operational chart of accounts. Whether if that is SAP company, I will get it in the FI system, FI module. If that is non-SAP, then you will not see their operational chart of account. That is not available in your S/4HANA system. So they have to load the data against this FS item directly, right? So when it is an when it is an SAP company code, integrated company code, from FI you take this YCOA is the operational chart of accounts. For example, there is a company called 1710. Their chart of accounts is YCOA. The YCOA is having many GL accounts. These are also bank to bank transfer, bank 3 something, bank to direct debit, like this. They have many operational chart of accounts. These are called operational chart of accounts. All these operational chart of accounts will be mapped to your financial statement item. So this is group reporting. This is your operational chart of accounts in FI. FI operational chart of accounts. Now what happens? You might have 5 companies which are coming from SAP. The 5 companies might have 5 different operational chart of accounts. Now you have to prepare a file. You means definitely the customer. Customer should map their GL accounts based on their operational chart of accounts to the financial statements. The relationship will be n:1. N operational chart of accounts can be mapped to 1 financial statement item. Right? There is no other relationship. N:1. Now, you see here, these cash accounts, bank accounts are mapped to only 1 financial statement item. Same way, if you go down from the same FS item, I have some trade receivables. These are my receivables accounts. There are many receivables in my operational chart of accounts, but I map it to only 1 trade receivables FS item. That is the good solution. So you have to decrease the number of accounts. That's where a good solution comes. That's where financial statement item is required. These FS items not only required for your for your legal consolidation, whatever. Tomorrow, if they want some financial reports, it may be equity pickup report. This is useful. This group reporting, whatever financial statements, whatever you are creating, before consolidation also you can get reports based on these financial statement items. Now, same way I have another chart of accounts, ACOA. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, let's say one GL account is being used by multiple companies. So, they have been extended to multiple companies. So, do I need to map them in individual companies, or just one mapping is? So, at what level the mapping is being done? It's company code level, or it's client level, or what?
Chart of account level. So, valid question. Okay. So, you have 5 companies. Let's say 3 companies are using same chart of accounts. 2 companies are using 2 different chart of accounts. Right? Now, you are mapping the operational chart of accounts, not the company relevant company data. It's operational chart of accounts which you are mapping. Company data is not mandatory here. So tomorrow when it is receiving the data from ACDOC, it receives against the company code and the operational chart of accounts, and the operational chart of accounts is mapped to a FS item. So that FS item will be updated.
So for each company code I need to do a mapping?
No. See, for example, you have 3 companies, right? 1710, 1720, 1730. These are companies. All right. Now, companies or company codes, whatever you call it as. Now here you have operational chart of account. All are using same chart of accounts, YCOA, YCOA, YCOA. Now, when you are posting a cash transaction or any sales transaction, here the account is same for all the three company codes, because my third party sales account is 310200. Here also I can use the same account, or I can use another account for this. For example, the one account I can use for 1710 account. So just for example, 310 3000. This is the account for this company sales. This company sales, I have another account which is 310 3000. This is 1730, and this one is for this company code sales. Now all these three accounts I will map it to one FS item. So my FS item will be here 3140, for example, 3140. Tomorrow I have a combination. So tomorrow if I want to see 1710 sales, I can see against this, because company code is there already. In ActDoc, it is the combination of company and your FS item. So there will not be any problem. So it's always better, it always operational chart of accounts to FS item. Yeah, good.
That's the question. I mean, so let's say I go into the map app for mapping the accounts to item. So do we provide that, okay, this is for this company, and then go to next company?
Not required, right? Not required, right? See, if company is not there, okay, I remove your company. In the mapping file, you have already three accounts, right? Why company is in it? Not required. Company is not required. You have multiple accounts, different company codes, it's okay, but all comes under one chart of account only, one operational chart of account only. Yeah.
Okay.
So now
at chart of account level.
Yeah, at chart of account level. Okay. Company is not mandatory. So if you see here, YCOA is one operational chart of accounts, and I have also another chart of accounts, ACOA. In the ACOA chart of accounts, operational chart of accounts, here also I have different account numbers for bank, cash, and I can map it to the same cash on hand FS item. And also in this particular operational chart of accounts, I have different account receivables accounts. I can map to the same 121100. So if you take 4100, this is the FS item cash. From YSCOA chart of accounts, operational chart of accounts, all these accounts amount goes to 1100, 4100. Same way from the ACOA chart of accounts, all these accounts goes to same account number only, same FS item only. The same thing is applicable account receivable. So I have different account receivables account. It goes to one trade receivables account as FS item. Same thing is applicable for my another operational chart of account. Same trade receivables accounts. It will be mapped. There will be a mapping file delivered by SAP. So here, map FS items with GL accounts. This file you have to share it with your customer. You have to explain this one to your customer, how to map. So import FS item mappings. Here you can download the file with master data, without master data. So if you want to give some example to the customer, go with existing master data. Consolidation chart of accounts, give consolidation chart of accounts Y1. GL chart of accounts, YCOA. This is my operational chart of account. GL chart of account in the sense operational chart of accounts in FI. Mapping ID. I will explain this, what is this mapping ID later. Revision. So revision 1, download. So this is your consolidation chart of accounts. You can give a mapping ID. Mapping ID is basically to identify. So one mapping ID for one accounting standards you can use. So one mapping ID for IFRS, another mapping ID for US GAAP. Why? So some accounts, okay, when it is an IFRS account, IFRS standard, some of the accounts you want to map it to one particular FS item. If that is US GAAP, same accounts, operational chart of accounts, you want to map it to another FS item. So somewhere you want to show gain on asset sale, somewhere you want to show other income. Right, one accounting standard you want to show it as gain on asset sale, some accounting standard you want to show as other income. At that time, this mapping ID will be good. So one mapping ID you create for one particular accounting standard. That I will explain tomorrow. So here see, I have taken chart of accounts here, GL chart of accounts, and here I have operational accounts. So these are my operational chart of accounts ID. These are my operational accounts, and I can map it to my FS items. These are my financial statement items. For example, so here when you select the FS item, for example, any FS item you select.
Kiran.
Yeah.
Any additional like the language for FS item? Need to upload, let's say, need to language Japanese or Chinese.
Okay, whether you can upload multiple languages or not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. All the modules they have given that option. 100% it should be possible here. Yeah. But I will confirm tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
It should be available. Yeah. So here, my prepaid expenses. 123100, 123100, and these three operational chart of accounts are mapped to one financial statement item. Once this mapping file is very important in your project, this is the main task, because lots of reconciliation issues comes based on this, because you mapped wrongly to some FS items, or you missed to map one particular operational chart of account to FS item. Because of these, most of your reconciliation issues, when you reconcile ACDoc-U data to ACDoc-A or ACDoc-U data with your non-SAP data, this is where the problem comes. So once your mapping file is perfectly maintained, you will not get those many issues, reconciliation issues. So once the mapping is done, this file will be loaded here. So you can browse and load that particular mapping file. So with this, what we understood, financial statement items creation in group reporting is very, it is very important task. First, you have to design the financial statement items. When you are designing the financial statement items, there are two scenarios. Scenario one, you don't want to use any standard content. You want to use your own financial statement items. You want to use your own group chart of accounts name, right? Then you have to configure everything new. You cannot use existing content. All these items you have to develop, reclassification rules, currency translation, validation rules, all these things. I don't suggest this approach. This approach, whenever someone, for me, in my experience, if you ask me, someone is going for this solution means he is inexperienced. He doesn't know the system. Yeah. So scenario two. All experienced consultant should go with this particular business scenario too. That's why SAP spends that much time to deliver that particular content. Yeah. So you go with business scenario 2. You can use your own FS items, but attribute values of that FS items, you don't change anything. So for cash account, whatever attribute values delivered by SAP, use those attribute values. Eliminations accounts, same attribute values. FS items, same attribute values. Based on that, they defined currency translation method, they defined reporting rules which is used for cash flows and comprehensive income and changes in equities. So you can maximum utilize your standard delivered content when you go with business scenario 2. Yeah. So mapping, also we discussed how to map this particular operational chart of accounts to financial statement items and how to load this one. So detailed discussion from tomorrow. We'll discuss the detailed things. Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah. Yeah, Kiran, I have a question.
Yeah.
I saw that there is one FS item type and there is FS item category. So what exactly is the difference between these two? Any
I'll
business?
explain tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. I'll explain tomorrow.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Kiran, can we map like group chart of account also instead of operational chart of account?
Okay. So what you are saying, when you assign, see, group chart of accounts means, that means you already defined some group chart of accounts in your FI system. That means operational
Right.
chart of accounts mapping is already done with group accounts. Correct.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
but SAP, when I am loading to BPC, BPC is not, group reporting, I have an option to map my operational chart of accounts to group reporting, because in ACT.A I have operational chart of accounts data. Correct. Group report, whatever group account is there, it is only for the reporting purpose. Against that, I don't see data in the ACT.A table. So anyway, you have that mapping available already. Operational chart of accounts to group account, you already, I mean, the mapping is already available. So what you have to do, what are the group accounts, map it to this financial statement items. So you map it. After that, these group accounts, anyway, operational chart of accounts, that assignment is there, right? So using an Excel sheet, yeah, based on this, you can directly map operational chart of accounts to FS items based on the group accounts. You remove the group account and load operational chart of accounts mapping with FS items in the system.
Hey, Kiran.
Yeah.
Question on the FS items Y1 again. So assuming that we import the client's Y1, so I think that would be okay to make the Y1 account with the client accounts, because when you create a hierarchy, the client account will show up and the rest won't show up, right? They will not show up as on a sign hierarchy.
It won't show anything. See, if I go to my accounting hierarchies, let's say I'm going here, my balance sheet financial statement item, yeah, consolidation financial statement item. When I go here, I don't see anything relevant to Y1 here. But the thing is, when they search here, consolidation chart of account is there. But here in the hierarchy, you don't see those things. It is not concatenating or adding that name to this particular nodes and all those things. Yeah.
Hi, Kiran.
Yeah.
You can explain this in the next class. So, like, do you recommend what are the best practices apps? Like, there are so many apps for the mapping. It's pretty much confusing. So, like scenario 1, as you explained in your Excel. So, this is the app you should use. Scenario 2, you should use this app. So that is one of the things. And also, after importing the data, after importing the FS items, there are various validations. So one of them is the consistency check for the integration.
Correct,
and
exactly.
the other one will be in the data monitor. So that's the preventive and the detective control, right? So detective control will be after you have uploaded the FS, after you have released the JEs. So, but those are the things you can explain in next class.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll explain that.
Yeah, thanks.
Any other questions?
Kiran, do we have any study notes so that we can start referring to it? You know, starting.
I'll share it today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So, I'm stopping the recording.